How many of you believe in ghosts? How many do not believe in ghosts? We're gonna eat you later.
The camera.
I'm not doing it for the camera. There's something. It's like standing right there.
What is that? What is it?
42 people were killed. 40 parishioners and the 2 boys ringing the bells in the tower. Crops failed, the cattle died. Oh, she actually gathered the children and they did a pilgrimage for 3 days of prayer and fasting, walking through the hills of the Del Obispo. Right here is one of the most haunted places I've ever come across. Let's travel.
Are you scared yet? Blondie, what's it called? Hey, what's up you guys? Yes. Hey, Jacob Knight, welcome back to a new video. We're consistently terrible. That's alright. I'm trying. And today is a video where I really want to keep the positive energy. Here, my very good friends, so Maze, her father, and my cousin Kara went on a little adventure to San Capistrano. Now, it's a mission. Now, regardless of whether of any social, cultural impact the mission's made in history, there is no ignoring the terrible atrocities that the natives there experienced. And because of that, many of the missions can be considered some of the most haunted places in Southern California. And this is not to degrade or make fun of their experience or the history that happened there, but this is just here to inform and maybe have a little fun and appreciate what good came out of it, whatever that may be. So enjoy our little experience, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Goodbye.
It's one of my favorite pizza.
Kara, can you tell me about something that scares you? What's your number one fear?
Let me think. Fear, yeah. I'm afraid of bees.
Okay, well, as long as we don't run into bees, we'll be fine.
What if it's a ghost of bee?
A ghost? Bee ghosts?
No. Since I was a little girl, I'm afraid of sharks.
Okay, so we'll watch out for sharks and for bees.
You know, on Sci-Fi there was this movie called Ghost Shark.
Yeah?
Direct visitors information booth near the train tracks located behind.
I heard you taking pictures. Oh.
What grade did you do your mission report? I think it's in 4th grade.
Hey, Kara.
Hey, Noah, look out, look behind you.
Oh, it's okay. I'm a stair master.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah.
Oh, Noah.
A month from now, I'm gonna be up at 1 o'clock and I'm gonna watch this. So, because you know these are all for me. I'm not trying to get famous.
Boy, to go.
Are you okay?
I did it.
Thank you. Oh, look, Michelle. You can eat for free tonight.
Oh, yay!
That's good. So, Miss Blondie, tell us what scares you the most?
Life.
That's funny. That's really good. Like human scares, things that you're actually.
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So being up and looking down is actually kind of giving me an anxiety.
Hi, Queenie.
Nothing scares her.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you afraid?
What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of people. I just need to make note that we're in a very fancy place with all these different restaurants, and we went to Ruby's instead of like a fancy artisan.
Don't be new.
Yeah, we're not that special.
Just outside the first visitors information booth near the train tracks located behind Franciscan Plaza parking structure. Hashtag history made.
You proud of that? You scared yet, Kara?
Terrified.
Everyone, please, as we get ready to depart, I would ask you all please to stay together as a group. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to, well, one, I don't want to lose anybody on the tour. But also, I don't want to have to wait to talk about the next story because people are off taking pictures and stuff like that. We do have a very large group tonight, and I do have pictures to show you. So as we stop at each site, please gather around on both sides. Come with me.
You guys ready?
Let's go. Oh, sorry. Train tracks. Queenie, you gotta learn how to chill, girl.
One. A little louder. A little bit. It is 8 o'clock, and so it begins. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all of its contents. We live on a placid isle of ignorance amongst the black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should travel far. How many of you believe in ghosts? How many do not believe in ghosts? We're gonna eat you later. How many of you are agnostic?
I don't know.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, the one thing that's very interesting is that I welcome that. Because one of the things is that even though we try to research all the stories and stuff as much as we can, and all the activity that we're going to talk about tonight is well documented, in the end, it is up to you. It is as Joseph Duniger, the mentalist, said, those who believe no explanation is necessary. Those who do not believe no explanation shall suffice. It's 1769, and the Spanish explorer Gaspar Portola will make his way up here. It won't be until 1775 that Franciscan padres will come here with the intent of building a mission. But they will hang the bells, and they will only be here for a few days. They'll pull the bells down and they'll bury them in the sand. There's a Native American insurrection in San Diego. So, the soldiers and the priests will leave, and it will not be until 1776 that the Padres will come back, dig up the bells, and San Juan Capistrano will be started. Right here is one of the most haunted places I've ever come across. Let's travel. She is born in 1829. And she was actually known as the captain of the pueblo. You see, when the priests left the mission, she was actually in charge of teaching the children catechism. And so, it would not be uncommon for you to actually walk past her adobe to find the children kneeling, and then she'd walk past the children with her traditional black stick. Crops failed, the cattle died, and so she actually gathered the children, and they did a pilgrimage for 3 days of prayer and fasting, walking through the hills of the Del Obispo. And when they reached the beach, which is now Dana Point, they said a mist rolled in, which turned into a torrent of rain. And they said it was the prayers of the Doña that saved this town. Favorite adobes in the entire structure, that front part of the house, is actually original from 1794. This is what's known as the Rios District. It's not Spanish for river though, which it is, but it's not named after that. It's named for this family. This house was built in 1794 by Feliciano Rios. He was a soldier. Oh, that's sweet. He was actually a soldier for the mission. And this has been a family home ever since 1794. It is currently owned by Stephen Rios, and he is an attorney, and those are his offices and his home. But one of the things that's very interesting is that this home was also a famous hideout of the bandit that you might know as Joaquin Murrieta. One of the Rios members of the family actually knew Joaquin, and he actually would stay here for several days, and he'd always leave just a little bit of gold behind for him. The Rios family has always had a brush with the paranormal since the house was built. Many of the people reported talking about footsteps being heard throughout the house. And one of the current people that lived there told a very famous story that when he was a young man, it was about 10 o'clock at night, and they were getting ready for a hunting trip the next day, and they could actually hear the footsteps come through the kitchen, stopped at the living room where they were sitting, and the footsteps stopped as if it could sense the living. And it stopped for about 2 minutes, and then it continued to the back bedroom, and then it slowly made its way back to the back door. And when they went to the back door, it was locked. It seems that several members of the Rios family are still watching the old classic adobe even today. Or perhaps it might be Joaquin Murrieta. Who knows? We'll find out if he's missing his head.
Oh, you're so cute. I love her.
You love her, but you don't love me.
I don't know. You're not as cute as her. I am, Kara.
Really?
Are you scared yet?
A little.
Are you finding the history interesting?
Sometimes. You know what? Don't do that.
I'm sorry, I had to.
You scared me. Don't do that.
I'm sorry, Kara. But you know, the real thing that's scary is history.
Oh, Noah. I'll get you with this.
She was actually looked kind of sweet, and somebody on the tour a couple weeks ago said she looks like a badass. This is actually Modesta Villa, Orange County's first felon. I kid you not. She actually used to live right there in that one little tiny part. See how it looks like it's two parts, that building right there? She lived in the right side. That is the Lupe Combs house. That's what she lived in. This is perfect. Because she was not happy about the railroad coming through. This could work out quite well. She was not happy about the railroad coming through. The railroad came through in 1887. In 1889, she was so upset that she couldn't sleep at night and her chickens would not lay eggs. She first laid a clothesline across the railroad tracks, and then she will actually put a railroad tie on the railroad tracks. Now, she did change her mind and remove the item, but the only problem is she committed a felony. Now, this wouldn't be such a bad thing, except Orange County just separated from Los Angeles 3 months before. And so, the judicial powers were simply stretching their wings, and they decided to use her as an example. And what happened was, she was charged with trying to derail a train. Her first trial ended in a tie. Her second trial earned her 3 years in San Quentin. She died 2 years in. She died of the flu. People say that she still haunts the building itself, as well as rocking chairs that are left out on the porch will move by themselves. And many people have actually seen a specter walking alongside the tracks. Now, she's either a hardened criminal or somebody just fighting the system. I leave that to you.
You want to do newspaper type of stuff, right?
Hi,
Hi, Cat.
He has spirits attached to him.
They've got some spirits attached.
Different kind of spirit.
Everybody else have a good night.
You know, I was just thinking, just what he needs is more booze.
This is Ubering.
That's what I said. Thank God he's got
Okay.
responsible.
So the one thing is that a lot of places are known to being haunted, not because of the history of the building themselves, but because of objects being brought in. Including, nobody knows what object was brought in that brought in the resident spirit here. Her name? At least the owners call her Esmeralda. She's a very interesting spirit that has been seen throughout the store. But the main place that she does inhabit is a small storage attic that is upstairs. She's an object mover. Items will be moved throughout the store, even though the people that work in those areas know what has been moved. She's playful, kind of mischievous, but everybody shows her respect, even the unbelievers. We had a chance to interview several people that work there. Whenever they go upstairs, whether they believe it or not, they always like to say hello to Esmeralda and to apologize for invading her space. Let's make our way to the Yeah, we have so many people that have never been inside the Mission. We launched it, we put it on the website today. We're going to do a daytime tour. So we're going to people will be able to go inside. Not as creepy, but more historical. Completely fallen angels. Mexico gains its independence from Spain. The population of San Juan Capistrano will drop dramatically. And then, 1833, the Secularization Act. Every single mission was sold to private landowners. The church was forced to leave. San Juan Capistrano was actually sold to a guy by the name of Don Juan or John Forster. He is actually an English cattleman, and he's also Pio Pico's brother-in-law. And he bought this for pennies on the dollar. And he actually lived here for many years. Cattle would run through the mission. Who gave it back to the church? 3 weeks before his assassination, Abraham Lincoln will give all of the missions back to the church. This is what it looked like when Forster lived here. Yeah, it's not in good shape. Imagine a cattle running through here. This is probably one of the most interesting missions because it will survive 3 nations: Spain, Mexico, and the United States. And it'll even survive an earthquake for the most part. Then I leave you with 2 of my favorites. We started this evening with H.P. Lovecraft, and we will end with George Bernard Shaw, who said life does not cease to be serious when you laugh, just as it doesn't cease to be funny when you die. Life is both serious and it's funny, so why should death be any different? And then my favorite poet is me. Tonight we walked where spirits dwelled, and we heard the stories they had to tell. We laughed a bit and we shuddered some, but most of all we had some fun. And as we lie awake in our beds, we fear not spirits of the dead. For those who need to fear the ghosts is the one who did not properly think. It's subtle. Now, to answer the most important question, where am I? Do you guys know how to wander back to your cars?
I didn't. What are you talking
There
about?
was a freaking shadow. You didn't see it.
No.
Talking
There
about.
was a shadow there in the window.
Wait, I don't see it.
In the window.
In the window?
In the window.
I was there. She's done it.
Right there.
She's
That
done
was
it.
when you were going. Queen, sit.
She's
Queen,
done it a
sit.
couple times.
Good girl, stay.
I got an adventure. Find some
Adventure?
ghosts. No one can stop me. That's crazy.
I can't go in there. I think I have nightmares.
You have nightmares of what, me? You going in there?
You're going where you belong.
Sit. Stay. Good girl, stay. Stay.
Are you ready? Why are you standing so far away? Okay.
There, no, get off on the door.
No, don't do it.
You guys need to be quiet in case we hear anything. Like,
Haven't you ever heard of Don't Knock Twice?
so look here, it's fine. What is that?
On the move, what is going on?
What is it?
No?
Oh, there's a jacket right there, and I thought it was a little girl. You see that right there? That towel?
Yeah, I believe it.
I thought it was a person. That's a
Debunked.
debunked. This place is officially debunked. Say that again.
Look, it's right there. It's right there. It's in white. You see it. You have to see it.
No, I don't.
Kara, we
You
don't
have
know.
to see it. It's right there in front of us. Look at the
Michelle, you don't have to do this for the camera.
I'm not doing it for the camera. There's something. It's like standing right there.
I don't see anybody.
You don't see it. You don't see it.
No.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
I don't see anybody.
Okay, like I have bad eyesight, but that looks like a freaking dress.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody.
I think you're just mistaken.
It's like right here. Do you see it?
I think the only rational thing is to go over there.
Okay.
Imagination.
Right?
Yeah, that's the only one.
That's the only rational
Out
thing.
there. Did you see the light?
No.
You see the light?
I see the light.
Well, then it's just somebody that lives here.
I don't see anybody. But we just.
It's a person. I told you it was a.
Time to go to the haunted tea house.
Which one? Mommy,
I told you it was a person, Kara. I told
Well,
you.
you said a white dress.
It looked like a dress from far away.
She's just a person living their life.
Debunked.
Debunked. Push out!
That's not funny.
Are you scared?
A little bit.
So what do you think of the tour, Blondie?
Fun.
Had a good time?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I had a nice time. What do you think, Kara? Here?
It's cool. I like it.
What do you think, little queen? Oh, wow, okay.
That kind of lame.
As all trips with Michelle, this has ended in a dog photo shoot. Because, woo! That was super cool. Yeah, that wasn't boring at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That's the end. That's the, if you want me to go on more adventures, if this is, hi mom, hey aunt, hey Rose, I don't know, who else is watching, Pete, I don't know. Thank you for watching so much. If you want more stuff like this, let me know. Don't subscribe and don't like, but please comment. I'll see you later.